Hello, friends. Welcome to Veda School. Don't we all love stories? Don't we all treasure the story time with our kids? Yes, we do. But sometimes we do run out of stories, don't we? So here I am with my humble attempt to simplify and tell all the stories known and unknown from the great epic Mahabharata. Let's start with a small introduction to Mahabharata. Not that it needs any, but yet, let's look into the preface of the book. Mahabharata was composed by Vedavyasa Muni, who described it as Itihasa, that is history. It is the longest poem ever to be written with about 1 lakh slokas. The size of Mahabharata is about 8 times the size of the great Greek mythology, Iliad and Odyssey combined together. It has been divided into 18 parvas, that is 18 sections, and again these parvas are divided to 100 subsections. Whoa, very impressive, don't you agree? Now, why wait? Let's dive into the first story told in Mahabharata. This is a very common story. Nevertheless, let's take a look at it as we do not want to miss any story from Mahabharata. This story is about Lord Ganesha and Vedavyasa. Long, long ago, in the deep forest of Naimisha, Shaunaka Muni and his conclave of sages had a visitor. It was none other than the great sage Ugrasrava, who was also called Sauti. Sauti was a very learned sage who was respected in the three worlds. Sauti was on his way back from the great snake sacrifice conducted by King Janamejaya. There, Sauti had heard Mahabharata being recited by none other than Vaishampayana, who was the devoted disciple of Vedavyasa. Knowing this, Shaunaka Muni and the other sages of Naimisha forest welcomed Sage Sauti with all respects and asked him to recite Mahabharata to them. Sauti was very pleased with the request and agreed to do so. Now, the sages of Naimisha forest had a question for Sauti. They asked him as to how such an enormous book was written. To this Sauti replied with a smile. Vedavyasa too was troubled with the same worry as to who could help him pen down such a magnanimous work. The all knowing Brahma, having understood Vedavyasa's dilemma, appeared in front of him. Seeing Lord Brahma, Vedavyasa was surprised and pleased at the same time. With folded hands, Vedavyasa asked Brahma thus: O Lord, a poem has been composed by me which includes all the mysteries of life and Vedas. But, O Lord, I cannot find a writer for it in this world. Hearing this, the all knowing Brahma replied with a smile: My child, there shall be no poet whose work shall equal your poem of divine knowledge and mysteries. Let Lord Ganesha be thought of you for writing this poem. Saying thus, Lord Brahma returned to his abode. The great Vyasa then began to call upon Lord Ganesha in his mind. Lord Ganesha soon appeared in front of Vedavyasa. Vedavyasa greeted the Lord with folded hands and asked him thus: O Lord, I have composed a poem which is all the mysteries of life hidden in it. Will you please pen down the poem as I narrate it? That there is nobody in this world capable of doing so other than you. To this, Ganesha replied, O great sage, I shall write your poem only on one condition. That is, once I start writing Mahabharata, there should not be a single moment when my pen shall have to cease writing. The great sage happily agreed to this. Thus, Lord Ganesha sat down to write the greatest treasure book of all times, Mahabharata, as Vedavyasa narrated it. This was the story of Lord Ganesha and Vedavyasa. Now, do you know who is King Janamejaya? Why did he want to burn all the snakes in this great snake sacrifice? Was he the only one who vowed to kill snakes? Or did the snakes have a greater enemy in the form of Ruru? Let's find out more about this tomorrow.